This might be the biggest mistake I've ever made in my entire life. Darren Wendell here, and I'm going to tell you straight from the beginning. I'm not going to make you wait for it. I quit my job. For the past 16 years, I was a professional fundraiser, vice president of philanthropy, and if we're getting technical, I helped raise tens of millions of dollars for causes that I cared about. But being real, by the end of it, man, I was running out of fumes, right? Burnout, fried, stressed to the point where I felt like my heart was waving the white flag and my last roll almost did me in. And I'm not talking in some metaphorical way either. 4 years ago, I started a YouTube channel. Not to chase fame, not to become an influencer. I hate that word, by the way. I just wanted to leave something behind for my two daughters, something that showed them how to fish and maybe more importantly, how much I loved it. And that was it. That's the origin story, right? And then one day my wife, who is smarter than me and happens to be a total smoke show, gently brought up how much I was spending on fishing gear, right? How many of you guys had that conversation? So I thought, what if I could offset the cost and maybe even make enough to pay for the habit? So I buckled down and focused on monetizing YouTube, right? 4,000 watch hours in a given year, 1,000 subscribers. And it took me about a year. And once the checks started coming in, I asked myself the question we all ask ourselves at some point in the mirror: could I actually do this for a living? And I ran the numbers. And my surprise, yeah, it's possible. It's not easy. It's not guaranteed, but possible. And so for the past 3 years, I treated fishing content creation like a second full-time job. And so I wake up early, grind at the 9 to 5, come home, be a dad, be a husband, then hustle on Wendell Fishing, filming, editing, planning, podcasting. Weekends were on the water and late night editing sessions. And we made progress. In 2022, made just shy of $7,000. 2023, just shy of $24,000. 2024, $42,000, all part-time. We were seeing good metrics. 8.9 million on YouTube, 26.1 years of total watch time, which is wild. 200,000 listens on the Kayak Fishing Obsessed podcast. And these aren't viral numbers, not mansion and Malibu numbers, but proof of concept. Proof that if I went all in, I could build something real. But I'm a husband, a dad. I wasn't about to bet the farm without a plan. So we saved, got us a 5 to 6 year runway of expenses stashed. And that's if I make zero more than what I'm making right now. And trust me, that's not the goal. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I didn't leave a 6-figure job because YouTube made me rich. I left it because I was becoming something I didn't like anymore, right? I was becoming tired, distant, stressed. My wife saw it before I did and gave me the push, not an ultimatum. She gave me a lifeline. And so, yeah, I quit. But what I really did was say yes to this, running Wendell Fishing LLC like a business. Building content is actually helpful. And this is new, launching KFAST with Chad Hoover. KFAST is Kayak Fishing Advanced Safety Training to keep anglers safe and alive out there. More to come on that in the weeks to come. I want to grow the Kayak Fishing Obsessed podcast to something even bigger than it is right now, and ultimately show my daughters what it looks like to bet on yourself without losing your soul. And so am I scared? Yeah, every freaking dang day I wake up, but it's the good kind of scared, right? The kind of scared that keeps you moving. And so what am I focused on, right? Of course, growth that's sustainable. But more than that, value. I want to help people, right? Am I building something that lasts? Wendell Fishing just isn't about me catching a bunch of fish, big fish, and then flexing on camera. It's about building a platform that teaches, encourages, and makes space for people who love the sport, especially that everyday angler, right? That weekend warrior. KFAST is about safety on the water to ensure that you make it back to your family. And the podcast, that's about stories. And all of it is about building a community that loves fishing as much as I do. Now, why might this be the biggest mistake and the biggest decision I've ever made? Well, we could potentially burn through our life savings to make this dream come true. So yeah, it could absolutely backfire. Will we be able to find our new normal over the next couple years before we run out of money? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm grateful for every single one of you who's been along for the entire journey. And so if you've ever dreamed of something like this, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. Let me know if this might be a dream of yours. I mean, it's not easy, it's not fast, but it's real. And sometimes real is better than safe. So hopefully I was encouraging some of you who are out there thinking about making a similar decision or start your journey to become a content creator. So hopefully that was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.